Hey, welcome to Hot Chocolate with Paul for Friday, February 17, 2023. And today I thought I'd talk about karaoke. Now, karaoke is something that has always intrigued me for many, many years. I remember the first time I really watched any of it was when I was on a cruise in 2004. The family members that were with me, we all enjoyed going and watching the karaoke competition. And it was a lot of fun to watch, but none of us had any desire to get up and do it ourselves. And at various times in the years since then, I've been in other places where there's been karaoke, including cruise ships. And again, I'm just in the audience. So then I met Stacy in 2017, and she told me she was a karaoke singer. And, I said the same thing to her that I've been saying to other people, that there is no way anybody is ever going to get me to do karaoke. So I watched her do it a few times. And I guess the urge started to creep up in me because she looked like she was having a lot of fun. Now, the thing about karaoke is you don't have to be good at it. And that's what I was worried about. I was worried about singing on key because with my hearing loss, I'm not sure if I'm not on key or not. And I feel like it's been getting easier as it goes along. So the first time I tried karaoke, I remember we were at a small bar in Rush, and I don't think there were more than 10 people in the place. And she did her song, and I'm looking around and I'm thinking, if I'm ever going to do it, it's going to have to be now. So I put in a request for my all-time favorite song and got called up and gave it a shot. The song is Louis Armstrong's It's a Wonderful World. So I did the song. And when I finished, I turned around and there was Stacy making a video recording of it. I said, what are you doing? And then the next thing I know, it looked like she was about to start posting it on Facebook. And I'm like, oh no, don't put that on Facebook. So I tried it some more after that, and it got easier each time. And lo and behold, I'm hooked on it now. I don't claim to be good or anything like that. I tried probably around 50 songs by this point, and some which I think I do a reasonably decent job with, and others I should never ever attempt again. Now, one thing I have found is I'm starting to find certain artists that I think are comfortable for me to sing. I'm not saying I sound as good as them, not by any means. Johnny Cash is one of them, and I've actually had a couple of friends tell me they like it when I do a Johnny Cash song. I also like Alan Jackson, but the one song that seems to be my go-to song is the Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett. It really came out as a fluke. It's not a song I really ever gave much thought to. But I went to a karaoke night one night when Stacy was at work, and I just went by myself, and there were some people there that I barely knew at that point, but I know them better now. But I barely knew them at that point. So it was, I don't know, I guess about 2 weeks before Halloween. And I was looking through the book to decide what song I wanted to try. I had already done a couple songs, but I was looking through the book to see if I could do one more before I left. And looking through the book, and Monster Mash, it's almost Halloween, I should try that one. So I really wasn't familiar with the words, so I didn't want to be completely surprised by the words. So I looked up the words on my phone and got a feel for what I should be singing with the Monster Mash. So my time came up to get up and do the Monster Mash. I started singing it, and I'm like, wow, this is actually feeling pretty good. And at the end of the song, I got a round of applause. And honestly, it was the first time that ever really happened that I actually got a round of applause for doing a song in karaoke. So it was a really good feeling, and like I said, that was supposed to be my last song before I left. So as I was leaving, people were congratulating me as I walked past them. Wow, this was a really good feeling. So one other time, Monster Mash has gone well with me pretty much any place I've done it. And other places, there have been some places where it's gone over really well, other places like, okay, nice job, whatever. That's to be expected. But there was one cruise that Stacy and I took in the summer of 2022. And even though it wasn't Halloween, I decided that since that's my go-to song, I'm going to do the Monster Mash on the cruise. So it was a 5-night cruise. In 4 of those 5 nights, I got up to do karaoke and do the Monster Mash. And there were some people and some kids in particular that were there in the audience. And they, the first couple of nights, it was like, oh, wow, that's cool. And by the 3rd and the 4th night, people were actually anticipating me doing it. And as soon as the opening noise, sound effects of that whole thing, yay, he's going to do it. And I remember one particular kid was, Pa! And it's like, wow. It was just a lot of fun. All right, we're going to try a little bit of car karaoke with the Monster Mash. Here we go. I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For a monster from its slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise, he did the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. He did the Monster Mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the Monster Mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor in chains backed by his big hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5. They played the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They played the Monster Mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled by just one thing. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?" It's now the Monster Mash. And it's a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. It's now the Monster Mash. Now everything's cool, Drac's a part of the band, and my Monster Mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. Then you can Monster Mash and do my graveyard smash. You'll catch on in a flash. Then you can Monster Mash. Mash good. Easy, Igor, you impetuous young thing. Mwah. Mash good. Oh, Monster Mash. Monster Mash. All right, that'll do it for this episode of Hot Chocolate with Paul. And don't forget, Stacy and I are going to be doing some cruise stuff on Hot Chocolate with Paul shortly. You don't want to miss that. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you already have. It's at Paul Packish on my YouTube channel. So that's all for today, and have a good weekend.